What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, the last 24 hours in the crypto market have been very interesting as we've seen things like SWE and Move and many more pumping anywhere from 10 to 20%. And so with that in mind, I wanted to give you an update on the altcoin and crypto market today, talk about what's going on, this major breakout that we just saw from a very important chart, what that could mean for crypto, and much more. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now, looking at coinmarketcap.com, what we can see is that, yes, it's been a very good day, right? We have things like SWE and Chill Guy, Degen, Doge, and many more absolutely leading the charge today. And the top 10 holding up decently well, too. We got things like Ethereum up 4%. We got Doge up 8%. Not a bad day, to say the least. But obviously, the real excitement's coming from things like SWE, coming from things like Doge. If we actually head out to crypto bubbles, you can see SWE is leading the charge right now, currently pushed from the 16 slot to the 12 slot, currently at a $15.7 billion market cap with over $2 billion in volume over the last 24 hours. Absolutely outstanding performance. If we actually do go look at SWE specifically right now, you can see this thing is going absolutely berserk. It found some support off the bottom side of this ascending channel, use that support to then clear this micro golden zone and use that golden zone to absolutely send it to the upside. And it's been performing exceptionally well. I was actually able to lock in some profits on SWE, which is something I'm very excited to do. Obviously, you guys know my whole thesis and strategy is to take profits as these cryptos are hitting all-time highs. So I was very excited to take some profits today. I have a huge position still, don't get me wrong, it was like 4 or 5%, but I was able to lock in some profits as we are pushing up towards $5.21, and things are looking pretty damn good there. And so overall, SWE absolutely sending it, absolutely smashing it. And I mean, it's not the only one, right? If we go down, you can see Aave pushed up currently 7%, moved up a little bit on the ranking there today. I believe it was a break even yesterday as well. Brett currently moving up 3 slots right now. Move just pushed up 4 slots right now. Pingu just pushed up 2 slots. I mean, we're seeing some very strong performances, and it's not even just the daily anymore. I mean, if we go out to the weekly, you can see just this overall market is starting to find its footing. And I think that, hey, we might be in a much better spot, especially than we were before. Now, obviously, if you do look at the monthly, the majority of these cryptos are still negative. A lot of them are still down. So again, we're not macro price discovery, although you might feel that FOMO. Quite simply, we are still in a recovery period. But again, on the shorter term time frames, things are finally starting to open up and look a little bit better. And so because of that, a very strong day. Now, overall, there hasn't been much news, so I would say the primary reasonings as to why we are seeing this market moving are the same ones that we talked about in the last video. I can remind you, I actually posted on it over in the crypto school. Let me go out here. Give me 1 second. We can go here. Let's go into the crypto school and see what we have here. So I actually talked about why. Let's see, 1 second. Here we go. So I made a post just kind of talking about some of the major reasons as to why I was expecting, or just why I thought we were seeing this crypto market moving. I think it comes down to the fact that we're seeing reduced sell pressure from the end of tax loss harvesting season. So of course, major institutions aren't tax loss harvesting. Of course, New Year's, new me investors, right? So you can see a lot of the social trends are pointing in the direction that social and retail investors are starting to come back, leading oftentimes to altcoins for altcoins to do well, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. Of course, there was news that the IRS has now extended out a deadline for something that would have basically cost corporations and crypto more money. So that got pushed to next year, which is going to save people some money this year, which is a good thing. And then obviously Elon has been back to shit posting all over on Twitter, which will oftentimes lead to exactly what we're seeing right now, which is a more bottom heavy approach from the crypto market, meaning a lot of your bottom cryptos, top 100, top 50s are the ones moving upwards and not being led by the top 10. So overall, no major news or anything that has really sparked off this meme coin pump today, and not meme coin pump today, just altcoin pump today and yesterday. But overall, there are some key intrinsic reasons why I think that could be the case, which is what we of course discussed here. Feel free to pause this, and I will tell you guys about the crypto school later in the video. So I'll just stick around. I'll tell you about it later. Okay. Now, what I want to talk about though, of course, so yes, we see the coin market cap looking good, crypto bubbles doing good, but what I really want to focus on today is what we are actually seeing from a specific chart. Now, the chart we're going to look at today is total 3. Okay. Now, what is total 3? Total 3 is a chart that measures the total market cap of all altcoins minus Ethereum. So this means we're not checking the market cap of Bitcoin. We're not checking the market cap of Ethereum. We're only checking the market caps of everything else except for those two. Total 3. Total 1 is the total market cap of all of crypto. Total 2 is the market cap of all of crypto minus Bitcoin. Total 3 is the total market cap of all of crypto minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, the reason why it's so important to watch Total 3 is because Total 3 is a very good representation of the actual altcoin market itself. What I've come to recognize is that Ethereum has become its own entity to some degree. I feel like Ethereum has in some way separated itself from many of the other cryptos in the market. And so sometimes I feel like it can't be a great representation of what's actually happening. Now, to give you an understanding of why I say this, let me give you an example of what Total 3 is doing. What we can see right now from Total 3 is that it had a descending channel that it just broke out of. Now, it broke out of this descending channel as we saw the actual market cap of altcoins going up, and we've seen many altcoins actually doing well. Whereas if we look at something like Total 2 is still trapped within this descending channel. And this is a result of Ethereum being a little bit underperforming over the last 24 hours because in some ways it is detached from the rest of the altcoin market. And so because of that, I do like to look at Total 3 a lot of the times to see how I actually feel about all of the altcoins in general, rather than having the influence of Ethereum on top of it as well, especially in periods like this, which are moments of heavy retail investment. You want to kind of look at Total 3. Now, I do think Total 2 is more important. Don't get me wrong. In general, I think Total 2 is more important. And the reason that I say that is just because you have to factor in Ethereum. You can't just ignore it. You have to factor it in because it is the most important altcoin. But I do like to look at Total 3 a lot of the time. Now, on Total 3, what we can see, as I just mentioned to you, is the fact that we are now seeing this breakout towards the upside. We're seeing the altcoin market finally get a breakout of the structure that we've been in since December. You know how like everything was good until the beginning of December, and then after December, everything kind of got kicked down the stairs? Well, what we can see here is that kick down the stairs, right? Granted, getting kicked down the stairs was this crypto market entering into this descending channel, putting in these lower lows and these lower highs and forming this descending structure. And by breaking out of this descending channel, what it means is that the altcoin market could be opening up the door to finally end this bearish period that it's been in for the last couple of weeks, in which we've been seeing majority of our cryptos just simply not performing well. Your Pepe's and your SHIBs and a lot of those ones that have been kind of boring recently. And so obviously this is a very good sign, and it means again that we could be finally opening up that door. Now, is this like the end all of everything, right? Is this the moment where it's like, oh, okay, that means we need to just ape in and put all our money in? No, that's not what that means, for a couple of different reasons. Reason number one is because we still don't have the support from Ethereum or Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still stuck within the HMZ, the high manipulation zone. I've told you I'm not doing anything until Bitcoin either breaks 100K or breaks 92K, because while it's in this red box, there will be manipulative moves to the upside and the downside over and over and over again. And while the market may be doing good right now, Bitcoin might get sent back to $91,000 and granted gets kicked back down the stairs. And next thing you know, all the altcoins are falling again. That's a very strong possibility. And we've not seen Bitcoin make this breakout yet. We've not seen Ethereum cause Total 2 to break out of this descending channel yet. We've not seen the breakout from the macro factors that are important from Bitcoin and Ethereum. And until we have those things, you have to understand that this market is still at risk. Even though right now things are looking good for the altcoins, if Ethereum gets rejected, for example, all the way back down, I mean, let's be hypothetical. Let's say if ETH gets rejected all the way back down to 3,300 and Bitcoin gets sent back down to $90,000, there is a very high likelihood that this altcoin market will suffer as a result of it. And so, no, this is not the moment where you start just aping in all of your money, but it is a very good sign. This is something that I did actually talk about over in the school as well, and I can show you that. Here we go. Sorry, I'm on a mouse on a Mac, which as I'm sure many of you know is not very good. So what I said here is that the breakout of the descending channel is now officially confirmed for Total 3. What this means is that most altcoins have actually started breaking major resistance levels, but we haven't gotten the final support push yet from Ethereum, and we also haven't gotten it from Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not been able to break out of the HMZ, which means that we are in a very bottom heavy swing right now, meaning again that the bottom cryptos are the ones leading this movement upwards. This is a very bullish sign that retail investors are packing their bags and ready to make this market move upwards, but we just aren't getting that support from the top two yet. It will be very important to watch whether or not Total 2 can break the descending channel, the one that I just showed you here, this one, right? This right here, okay? And it will also be very important that we can see whether or not Bitcoin can break the high manipulation zone between 100K and 92K over the coming week, because if they are able to, boy, oh boy, things may start flying very soon. So what I'm saying is that, yes, what we're seeing right now from Total 3 is extremely bullish, but we've not seen those breakouts quite yet from Bitcoin and Ethereum that we will need. People may say, and they may try to convince you, they may say, Tyler, that's FUD, this is bearish, blah, 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 blah. We don't need Bitcoin, we don't need Ethereum. Anytime people start talking like that, we're usually at a top, right? You need Bitcoin, you need Ethereum. Just in moments like this, you do. Until you are in a full-fledged altcoin season, which only usually happens at the top of a bull market, which I don't think we're at right now, you need to see Bitcoin and Ethereum moving at least in alignment with the market. We need to see them pushing upwards and breaking out of key levels while the rest of the market can do it, because that is what can truly amplify those gains and minimize the risk. Because right now, while Bitcoin's right under resistance and Ethereum's right under resistance, that means the total market cap is still right under resistance, even though Total 3 is breaking out. Because again, if Bitcoin and Ethereum pull back heavy, we're going to see this bad boy pull back. I'm telling you, it's what is very likely, 80-90% of the chance going to happen. And don't just take it from me. We can still see this possibility building up here, right? If we go to let's go to liquidations, for example, what you can see is if we go to liquidations currently for something like Bitcoin, you can see this narrative playing out, right? Let's go to the 7 days. Okay. On the 7-day, there are billions of dollars building up in liquidations to the downside, meaning that there is very much so still the risk that we see this market pull back. For example, if Bitcoin goes back to $91,000, we're going to see all of these lines right here. These are millions and hundreds of millions of dollars getting liquidated. So it is still a card that's on the table. Don't pretend like it's not. And so that's why you just need to be very careful. And so that's my whole point of this video, to say, look, this is very bullish. This is a very good sign, and we very well may start to see this market move upwards. I would even say that there's a possibility that we start to see it move upwards all the way up until Trump's inauguration, at which point, of course, we need to see if there's a buy the rumor, sell the news or event or not. But I would think that makes a lot of sense. You get close to an inauguration of a president that's very pro-crypto. We just saw a pump after he got elected. I think it makes a lot of sense for us to have kind of a pre-inauguration pump. And this could be the very first step in showing us that that's on the way. But for us to really start getting that confirmation, to feel extremely bullish about this, we do need to see Bitcoin and ETH start to break out of some of these major resistance zones so that that risk to the downside isn't so heavy. And maybe we can start to invalidate the possibility of these macro liquidations to the downside. So just be very careful right now. Things are looking pretty damn interesting. And I do think, again, we are in a pretty good spot, but you do need to be very careful about the way in which this is playing out. Just keep frosty on all of it. Okay. And so, guys, I will let you know, as I did show you earlier, I do post a lot of this stuff and talk about a lot of this stuff over in our crypto school. The crypto school was made for 3 very specific types of people. So let me tell you who those are real quick, so you can kind of know if this applies to you or not. So we're looking for beginners, and not every beginner, but beginners who are simply just trying to start piecing things together in this world of crypto. They feel a little bit overwhelmed. There's this and that, and this indicator and that tool and this website, and they're trying to take all of that, harness it into one very specific skill set, and then use that skill set to make money. We're looking for those. We're looking for intermediates, person number 2. Intermediates are people who kind of started building these skills already, but they've not figured out how to refine their skills and take all the things they've been learning and then use them to make money. We're looking for those. Or advanced people who have good trading strategies, who are trading a good bit or investing, have made good money, been around for a while, whoever, but they just feel like their win ratio could be a little better. Maybe their skill set is plateaued and they're in a spot where it's like, oh, I'm doing good, but I want to do a little bit better. We made this for you. Those are the 3 types of people we made this school for. And if you are interested, what we do is we take people just like yourselves and those 3 people. We give them courses, coaching, classes, live streams, workshops, trade signals, research, Q&As, exclusive content, and much more to help them develop their strategies and turn those strategies into gains. And the best part about it is that if you don't like it, if you don't learn anything, we'll just give you your money back. And it starts as little as $5 a month. And the cool part about it, guys, you don't have to take it from me. You can go look at the community gainers chat. This is where people post their gains for the day. And you can see, I mean, look, $10,000 gains, 60% gain. I can just scroll and scroll, 100%, 17%, 200, 70, 185, 78. On days like today, we're seeing hundreds of thousands of dollars being generated in this server as we speak. So if you are somebody who wants to, of course, start learning and you fit one of those 3 boxes I told you about earlier, feel free to check it out. We just crossed 1,000 paid community members. So feel free to check it out. There's a $5 a month option. There's a $17 a month option. And the executive tier is currently sold out, but there will be more slots soon. So feel free to go check that out. Keep a very close eye on what we're seeing with Total 3 and watch more closely what Bitcoin's doing and what Ethereum's doing. Because when they finally start to break out, I think that's going to be what can truly open the door for this crypto market to move upward. So we're not out of the woods yet, but maybe we can start to see some signs of sunlight. Maybe the end of the tunnel could be here from this stupid, annoying period that we've been in for the last month. So I'm happy to make a bullish video for you guys. I know you guys do enjoy these ones. I am currently out in Mexico, so the quality of these videos won't be as good, but I hope the content that I'm giving you is still just as good. So if you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.